What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Amber Heard's team going after a specific YouTuber by the name of That Umbrella Guy. Now, there's been a lot of hit pieces made on him saying that he's making like over $60,000 plus or $100,000 plus on Amber Heard's story by simply dragging her, which couldn't be further from the truth. But he's recently came out and wanted to speak his piece on what's going on. So we're going to be taking a look at that, and I'll give you my honest opinion on it. Let's get right into it. Now, I won't go through the entire video, but I'll just get to the meat and potatoes for most of it, and I'll leave a link to this if you want to watch the whole thing for yourself.
Try taking down my YouTube channel. Oh no, that's just the beginning. What they've tried to do is they've tried to take down my entire life. That's right. You see quotes like this, for example, talking about myself as a therapist. Remember, they've been using my name, by the way, trying to spread false rumors about things that happened that, well, it didn't. Saying, yeah, that guy there, he was fired from jobs that, well, he's actually still employed at. Now, on top of that, these crazies, and that's exactly what they
fully doxed this guy and put all his personal information out there. That is a whole lawsuit waiting to happen, man. Now, hopefully he mentions later in the video that he plans on suing, because that's what I would do.
They are, by the way. They are diagnosable in there. Crazy. They have been harassing old workplaces. They've been trying to figure out if they can somehow make sure that I can't be a therapist. I mean, this stuff, it is absolutely crazy. And well, they've even gone as far as openly. I mean, this is right out in the open on Twitter, talking about hiring
Jesus Christ. Okay. Do we know any private investigators who work in this area? I'm suspicious I'm suspicious of anyone who has to wear a mask and is filled with that much hate. There are a ton of questions that need answers. Man, they are really riding for this Amber Heard chick, even though she's just flat out wrong.
Private investigators in my area. Why? Because they want to dig into my life. Hopefully they can get me fired from something. Maybe they can target the kids as well. I mean, this stuff, it is absolutely crazy. And you know who's directly responsible for these actions, by the way? Well, none other than AH herself. I mean, if you look at the players in this, you have Eve Barlow, for example. This is her mouthpiece to the world. This is her live-in girlfriend. This is the person that got kicked out of the courtroom because they falsified information. They presented it to Rottenberg. They took down a witness. Plus, they were tweeting inside. And that is just the beginning of the paid players associated with AH. And
Bruh, it's clear as day that she cannot take an L. Where she has to go after YouTubers like him, who make a living talking about what's going on the web and what's trending and things like that. Yeah, it's pretty clear that I think this woman has a huge cult following that just can't see that just really can't see when she's done wrong. She's clearly in the wrong here, especially for going after a guy like this that's never done anything to her except report on what's already been said.
And interestingly, these tactics, they include the mainstream media. That's right. Here's Newsweek. What did Newsweek decide to do in their opening statements? They decided to put my name in there. Why? Because they know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to aim at my real life. This stuff, by the way, it'll never shut me up. It just motivates me to go harder, but I want to show you what.
I'm glad he's not like letting us get him down, and he's going to go even harder in the paint with talking about this situation, because, hey, it gets him paid, and I'm not mad at him one bit.
They're doing. Oh, man, those are such desperate moves and such fun times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And isn't it interesting in a world where we supposedly respect other people's choices, where we respect their identities, where we go out and we don't use names that they have laid to the side? Well, when you're going and you're pushing a perpetrator of DV, hey, hey, you can throw out real names. You can try to destroy people, and you can do it for profit. That's what Bot Sentinel right here is doing, by the way. This guy hired in 2020 by AH to do some dirty work, and it looks like the dirty work continues. Now, I showed you a few of the people with direct connection with AH. Note I said a few there. There are a lot more involved, but I wanted to show.
Wow, she has a team that rolls deep. If this many people are coming after him just simply because he talked about her court case, man, they want to shut anybody up that's pointing out the fact that Amber Heard was flat out wrong.
Show you who is pulling the strings. Why? Because I wanted to show you that it's not about taking down channels. What this is, it's about life ruination. Why? Because revenge, get the guy back that we brought up in the trial again and again. Now, the way that they want to do this, by the way, well, it's through false accusations.
Man, I hate how that's become so normalized now, because instead of just simply making the proper corrections, we want to ruin people's lives because they say things we don't like, or they, have different opinions and things like that. It doesn't take ruining someone's life to kind of come to a conclusion like, okay, you see it this way, I see it that way. It is what it is. But people don't want to do that anymore.
The same way AH is always played. And you get things like this here. Listen to this crazy. They're saying, I wonder who they are. Well, you can get one guess. Rhymes with AH. He got fired from his job as a therapist for sleeping with an underage patient, which is why he now makes anonymous videos smearing female, accosting victims. It's crazy how YouTube provides a platform for literal sexual predators and rewards them. Yeah, you could go in and do a background check very easily. You could just look that up. You could find my name. By the way, they've been posting where I lived, so they could look up my.
Oh, this is a big lawsuit for him. If he decides to take legal action, man. If they post him where he lives too, yeah, people are going to end up owing him a lot of money. So if Umbrella Guy, if you're watching this, hey man, hopefully you're taking legal action. I would think he is.
Address as well. That's right. They've been posting that. I have an 8 and a 2-year-old here, by the way, but that would take this apart. By the way, I still work in mental health, so you would see this pop up and get me fired every 6 months. That's when we have that. Some places have it 3. We have it 6 months. But beyond that, I never worked with teenagers, which is what they're applying. I worked with little kids most of the time. Those little kids, they had been through terrible things. In fact, I stopped working with little kids because I had this thing called secondary trauma. You work with trauma victims for so long, that stuff, it rubs off on you. I've also had things in my background. I'll never talk about them because they weaponize that stuff. But yeah, you put all of that together and it makes this stuff hard to be around. It messes you up inside. That's why cases like this are important to me, because the words that are thrown around, the ones that were really used as part of a hoax, those words matter. The people it happens to matters. So yeah, all of this, it's false and then some. Now, speaking of workplaces, these folks, they found an old workplace of mine, and guess what they did all day long yesterday? They harassed the place. That's right.
Oh man. Now I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna read this tweet for you guys real quick. Holy effing S. It couldn't get any worse. That Umbrella wrote an entire column for pulling for one of his previous workplaces. That's not the most shocking thing. Matthew is a licensed therapist in the state of Missouri. Wow. I mean, let me put myself back up here real quick. Honestly, if I were in his shoes and going through this right now, I would just take some of the most legal action I possibly could. You put his whole name out there, his address, where he used to work, what he does in addition to YouTube. That's not right. That's 100% wrong. All this man did is report what's already out there and give his thoughts on it, and he's not allowed to do that. It's not his fault that Amber Heard is a piece of shit. It's not his fault that she was the aggressor and not Johnny. It's not his fault that Amber Heard pretty much has a cult following that believes she can do no wrong no matter what, even if it's proven without a shadow of a doubt that she was in the wrong. These people are sick, I'll tell you that. But that's all I got to say about this. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think these people are justified in what they're doing? Do you think they're flat out wrong? I think they're flat out wrong. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or not? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll leave a link to that Umbrella Guys video if you want to go check it out for yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.